Hey guys, how are you guys doing today? Stephanie Young here, 38 years old, very strong Christian believer my whole life, and video game player for most of my life also. In recent years, in the effort of stroke recovery, because I had all the strokes in 2019, and took away most of what I've been able to do. As you see, I'm trying to find easy ways to compose music. I've been waiting for like an hour for this thing to process. So I was humming for a little while. Wasn't loud for like a minute or anything. It was just a short time. But it said only 2 to 4 seconds. I'm not gonna hum a tune for only 2 to 4 seconds. I want to actually hum a tune to make a song with. Yeah, I can't really play music anymore on the keyboard, and I can't do any of that kind of stuff. Maybe my browser is just slow. It said to use Google Chrome, but I don't use Google Chrome or Firefox anymore because those were the ones I was using years ago when I got a virus accidentally off one of the download sites that I would go to, and I was never able to get rid of it on the only two browsers I was using at the time, Google Chrome and Firefox. I wasn't using Edge browser then. I didn't like Edge browser, but it's the only one I wasn't using, so the virus didn't attach itself to Edge. So it's the only one I use now. But I like Edge because it's got a Copilot in it. Copilot gives me free image renderings without a watermark or anything like the Gemini and the Facebook Messenger Meta. Gemini, Meta, or Rock, they all have those stupid watermarks. But Copilot renders really good looking images. I can use like as my desktop background and stuff. Like right now I'm using the rendering that I made of the PT Project Tokala character, by the way. This is Thursday, so today I'm doing my usual Realms of Tokala Project Tokala promotional video series. Hoping to get people to know that the project exists, and we had a big team years ago. Sometime around the time I had all the strokes, people just started giving up on the project, and most of them left. Decided it wasn't worth their time, and I guess some of them had life events happening. Maybe they finished school and started working and just didn't feel like they had time to volunteer for a creative video game development project. By the way, from the beginning I wanted this to be allegorical, like Lord of the Rings, Middle Earth, Narnia. So it's a battle against good and evil, good versus evil, and there's their god character. It's a lot like Aslan the lion, who represents Jesus in Narnia. He even gives his life up and he dies and is resurrected and stuff. I like these kinds of fantasy. kind of like the Elder Scrolls with the pantheon of gods and stuff. I like the people in Solstheim, the Skull people. They only worship one god. They call him the All Maker. It's kind of Tokala means fox in Native American names, so they have a fox god named Tokis. It's a fox, yeah. And the player character is called the Steward. They're an angelic being, and their mission throughout the game is to rid the world of the first of the 12 angelic beings who became an evil demon lord named Dralkarius. And the Steward, the final Steward, is there to help Tokis rid the world of the evil villain Dralkarius and his army of minions, demon minions called the Dralkar. Return the world to how the perfect world it was supposed to be from the beginning. And my friends and I brainstormed 6 playable races together, and a few non-playable races. I can't remember which friend made which non-playable race. I think I remember most of the friends who made the main races, the playable ones. I made a couple of the races. I made a fox people race because, Tokala fox and anthropomorphic fox people. I made them to be like pirates because they were driven from their homeland. And the kind of the villainous race, most of them are villains. The dragon people, anthropomorphic dragon people called the Tarluruk. They're big brutes, and they drove the fox people out of their home, which was Moorhaven. Yeah. And they were forced out to the sea. Yeah. They became pirates. But one of the Tarl people, who formerly known as Tarl Tandar, I named him Tandar because Tandar, because it sounds like thunder. I wanted them to give him a cute nickname, Thunder. They're White Thunder. Because of his booming footsteps, he quakes the ground. Basically, the Tarl Huluruk people, they are dragons that were compressed, like big dragons that were compressed into small humanoid forms. So they're very heavy, and their bones kind of poke out of the joint areas, the shoulders, the elbows. And they're probably my favorite race because I've always liked the dragon people and dragons in general. I think they're cool. I like Skyrim, Dragonborn, and I like the dragon Parthenax because he's a good dragon. I like good dragons. So that's the story there. I also made another race. Besides the fox people, I made elf people. They're kind of interesting. They're unique. They have bird-like features, like they have talons for grasping onto tree limbs. They don't have wings, but they're human-like, like mostly like human babies. They're very small. mostly small creatures, childlike elves. They got big ears, and they're mostly they specialize in restoration magic and restoration potions, alchemy. They're the healers. Another one of my friends made a amphibious race of people who like amphibians. They have the little limbs that sprout out from their bodies. They have a humpback, like most amphibians. Toads have a hunch in their back, humpback. And well, I made kind of went ahead of myself and made some features and lore for them. And he didn't want me to make lore for his race. He was kind of upset, the guy who made them. And I made them to be like engineers. Because I figure they can't do much physically. So they have to. I made it where the land where they live in is full of magnesium sulfate water, salt water, magnesium salt, Epsom salts, and it gives them super intelligence. It connects their. For some reason, it works really well because they're aquatic. It kind of it does a number on their brain, connects their neurons, so they're like really extremely intelligent. They're engineers, and they're one of my favorite of all the races that we brainstorm together, my friends and I. Also, I worked on a race with my friend, and she is desert people, so they have tan skin, but she gave them red hair to make them unique, and they have freckles on their face that are lighter color than their skin. And she wanted them to be unique, and I like that. I like unique races and stuff. And she gave them like lavender purple eyes, and that kind of changed it to where they have unique eye colors like silver, yellow, red, orange, like lime green and stuff, emerald green. Just wanted to make the customizable features more developed. I want there to be a character creation, customization and stuff. I don't know how advanced we'd be able to make that character creation system. Because especially since I've had the strokes, I have an technical mind completely. I can't program. I've never been able to program anything for anything. It just goes way over my head, especially now. Everything goes way over my head. So we're looking for people who can help. My friend who's been working on the game in the Unreal Engine, still the only one who stuck to the project really, and actually been doing work for the project. We need people who can do anything, even if you don't have talent, skill, or ability. You can help me commission AI to help write more stories, plots, quests, brainstorm new races or locations even. I've got a few quests and stuff written down. But, we need people who can help with the writing, the artwork, 2D, 3D. I mean, AI has helped me immensely with the concept artwork. It made my concepts look a lot more realistic. Sorry guys, I'm tired today. I'm just thinking while I'm waiting for this thing to process. Hum to song. Put it in simple mode. I'm hoping it will process. Even if I'm gonna do what I've been doing, the Copilot, making my concept artwork look prettier. I really don't even know if it'll be able to process. It's processing it in the browser, so it has to have I guess it wants to have a faster browser to process it faster, but in the main page. The most realistic game. Is it like realistic to real life or just graphics look realistic? I'm hoping for this game to be very realistic looking. It always leads me to the MSN with like all the top trending news stories and crap that I don't care for usually. Every now and then they have an interesting article like 8 tips neuroscientists recommend for increasing and improving memory. That sounds fun. Nice to see you, Stephanie. What's new? I like Copilot. It's very friendly. It's programmed to be very friendly and chatty and nice. Not like how they programmed it with a British accent, so it's like super friendly sounding. It sounds like a British butler or something. I don't know what the. It sounds like a Jeeves. Anyway, I'm gonna look for more Realms of Tokala pictures that I haven't concept art. Environmental concepts. Have a. Let me try my. Yeah, there are a few I haven't generated. like the swamp. I think some of these will probably go well in what call it, AI. Make my glowworm cave. I always type a B instead of an N. It drives me crazy. I'm asking it to. Well, it does a lot of food articles because I liked some food articles in the past. Has interesting foods like new flavors of mac and cheese and stuff. And the Reese's, I like the Reese's Oreo partnership. Got Reese's with the Oreo cookie crumbles in them. And a white top like the white cream in an Oreo. And they have Oreos with peanut butter cream, peanut butter flavored cream. So they're like a Reese's Oreo, and they have Oreo Reese's. I think those are so cool. But Reese's has been doing a lot of cool stuff, like their peanut butter and jelly things. I love their peanut butter and jelly flavors. I'm just a candy nut. I'm a sugar addict. It's just so tasty to me. And I like just interesting foods in general. I think I probably looked up shingles in the past because I had a weird rash one time. So it's giving me an article about shingles relief. I think it had like a small, it's just dry skin patch. I wondered if it was shingles or hives or eczema or I don't know, can't tell any of them apart. So I looked up. Oh, it's still here we go. Bringing bioluminescence realism to life. Bringing bioluminescent real. I like when it says cool stuff. When it's rendering better looking. I like glowworm caves. I like bioluminescence. I love lightning bugs. Most people call them fireflies. I like calling them lightning bugs. I guess fireflies makes more sense because when you see them fly by real quickly past your vehicle, they look like someone flicked a cigarette butt, a lit cigarette butt, and flying out their car like fire, flying fire. But I think down here in the south, because They do look like a lightning lighting up the sky at night. In summer, we get this lightning just showing up randomly, and they look through the trees like how you see lightning look through the trees. It's already starting to shape up really pretty. And the Hum 2 song, I don't know if it's ever going to load, especially since I'm doing all this stuff in another tab. Putting on the finishing touches. This actually looks pretty good. I know it's gonna look better than my. It always makes it look better than my original concept art. That's the point. I wonder if it's gonna get my little red fishy I had in the water. That little red fish in the water. I had like a couple different types of fish. Red fish and maybe it'll add more different kinds of fish in the water. It already starting to look magical from the preview image. Open file. That is pretty. So it has a few little glowing fish in there in the water. That's pretty. This is pretty. I'm just gonna continue on. I feel like I work this Copilot to death, generating stuff for me. I said make my peaceful farm by a meadow at sunrise look more realistic. Infusing sunrise serenity with realism. And this could be a sunset, but I figured I wanted it to be a sunrise. That's farm people, they wake up, they rise early, bright and early. And it's already looking pretty. Although I think it looks too yellow. And still I like it. It's kept with my Tudor style of building structure. I'm kind of obsessed with Tudor style of buildings and structures. This is beautiful. This is how I'd want for it to look in the game. It even made my little rooster. What do they call those things? The things that move to the direction of the wind. Wind compass, I call it. Wind direction. Dang, I don't know what they're called. I can't remember what they're called. But it's pretty. Let me look and see if I pictures. These are just so pretty. I love taking my old concepts. I hate when I actually type U instead of a Y. Hopefully it doesn't matter. Oh, it added a moon and everything. That's cool. I guess I did have like a moon. They have one big moon and two small moons in Tokala. The three moons. The, the big one being the main one, and the two small ones that follow the big one around in orbit. Putting finishing touches. Gotta finish my little dock. The colors are definitely more dramatic. I love Copilot. It really brings my visions to life. Yeah, I figured for the land of eternal autumn, sunset would be oh man, I keep thinking I want to change my desktop to whatever this thing generates for me. And this is my favorite kind of sunset too. Well, let's just keep going. Hope you guys are enjoying these things that I'm doing. I'd always ask suggestions for me to do, but I'm too lazy. Make my swampside cottages more realistic. Infusing swamp serenity with realism. Because a lot of people in the elf people, the Murtani I call them, they live on the swamp, in the little swampside shacks, basically. But deep in the woods, dark woods, there's a really broken down cottage that the witch of the woods lives in. Her name is Mortania Floralis. She was a steward once, and she descended to the earth, the world, and she became the bride of the first steward Dralcarius, and together they spawned a demon army called the Dralcar that wreak havoc and cause death and plagues and suffering and toil, turmoil. Wreak havoc on the entire it looks pretty cool. It's really nighttime. Even though I was wanting it to be more daytime, but swamps look cool at night. I like the cool blues. That's pretty. It seems to think that I like darker tones for some reason. Twas a wild and dark night, shadowed heavens when I walked run by the terrace alone. There Johnny folk had walked and been told, while ghouls bred the bold flesh and bone. The lanterns were lit and the moths were uplit, and every curtain was drawn. Girls warm and infancy all rested their heads to await the arrival of dawn. Talebearer the bold and the sidekick outshow what these fine yards had been spun. His own village sat from their quarters, they into the dim fading light. Carried a weapon, some sick thorns and worthy thought that you hate below. And all as they traveled, the trail had unraveled. The wind held a strong, restless song. Pictures, concept, and environmental. This is pretty. I like how it replicates my style of my docks, the round handle, the top of the poles. That's how I envision docks. I think of them. And the cottages on stilts. I like how it looks overgrown, just how I had imagined it, with the plants and stuff kind of growing out of the tops of the cottages. The palm fronds. It's almost a tropical looking swamp. But there is like a jungle. The woods are just a really thick, dense brush jungle. Of all the regions, Barmore is a thick jungle. It's got big mushroom houses and stuff, like huge vegetation. This looks really good, actually. Now let's continue on with excuse me. Yeah, while I'm waiting for my hum to song to generate, which It's probably gonna continue generating throughout for the rest of the day. Motor. Yeah, I hope it doesn't mind my typos or. I think it knows when I make a typo and it just goes with it. I was hoping it would give us the colors closer than finding desert shadows under moonlight. It looks grayish. Maybe it's making it. And sometimes it makes it look like starts out looking white-ish and gets darker as it renders the image. This may take a minute or two. I wonder if this has the Milky Way. It'll be interesting if it had a galaxy that's like the Milky Way in it. But it's done a stellar job of rendering my old concepts to make them realistic and pretty. So I'm gonna add all these to the Realms of Tokala folder. So far, the web browser based MIDI generator from Humming Calm to Song. I think it's trying to make a more elaborate song from that basic. And I was hoping to just be a basic melody. I thought making it simple would that's pretty. It added more mountains and hills and everything. I really appreciate Copilot. It's free. Doesn't put doesn't put any annoying watermarks on the picture. It just generates free, not super high resolution, but high enough resolution artwork for me. Realistic artwork. Even though it made it in a painting style, I I should have asked you to do a realistic style painting of Revelation chapter 4 and made it in a painting style. And they did a good job. Yeah, I asked three different AIs to render Revelation 4. Yeah, me and John asked both to render. And he asked Grok, and I asked Copilot and Gemini. Gemini has a stupid watermark too, just like Grok and Meta. Also, Meta has the Meta symbol for the word Meta. Generated by Meta. Copilot is the best because it doesn't show a stupid watermark. It just gives you what you ask for, and that's it. No questions asked. It makes the pictures look good. This is pretty much exactly what I want for this desert to look like, the canyons and sand dunes and stuff. Desert mountains. I mean, it's weird how the deserts of the world, some have canyons like that and some have sand dunes. Just like this is a nice mixture of all the deserts of the world. Pretty much what I wanted. And a really pretty skyscape. I'm thinking maybe this is what Elder Scrolls 6 will look like. Because they're saying it's probably going to be in Hammerfell, which is mostly going to be a desert area. And I love deserts, so yeah, they're saying it's going to be the best Elder Scrolls to date. That's why it's taken them so long to make it. It's going to be very detailed, lots of stories, quests, and lots of details going into it. That's what I like about games, is when they have all the details and can be whatever you want to be. But I'm always playing the good guy. I don't like playing a malevolent character. I don't like to hurt people in games. I felt bad in Skyrim when I was trying all the factions, including the evil ones, the Thieves Guild and the Dark Brotherhood. I felt so bad. And you have to assassinate this bard because he sings badly, because he's an orc. Orcs can't sing. They put a hit on him because they thought he sang really badly, which is true. He sang badly. And he even singing something where you ask him to sing something for you before you kill him. He's singing, and I feel so bad. Yeah, I felt so bad for killing that guy. You have to kill you just kill whoever they tell you to kill. You kill this poor guy who's paranoid that someone's after him, and yeah, he realizes his paranoia is well founded, and someone is about to kill him. I feel bad. I felt bad killing him. This was years ago. I was trying all the different every faction out. Thieves Guild was kind of fun, but you weren't always stealing from good people. A lot of times you were stealing from bad people. I don't mind having like a lock picking and stuff. Cause I'm thinking you can pick a lock for good reasons or even pickpocketing. You can pickpocket a key out of a bad guy's hand to unlock a door, or use the lockpick to unlock the door to free the good people that are being trapped. So you could have rogue skills and use them in a good way in a game. I don't know if I've gotten all the things rendered that I wanted to render yet. I think this was the last one. And that's pretty, it does have the Milky Way galaxy. Wouldn't that be interesting if Tokala was in the Milky Way galaxy? Maybe it's the galaxy that happens to look like the Milky Way. Maybe it's like parallel universe that looks identical. The galaxy looks identical to our Milky Way. Let's see. I think the only one I haven't put here yet was the Oh, it's supposed to rain today. Just 9 miles away near rain to Brighton. That's where I am, Brighton, Tennessee. This may take a minute or two or 3 or 4 or 5. I think it's got the first one. Tack fee. It's got the tack fee. So I think this is all it's gonna do for me. All the tack fees, top fee. I spelled it Takfeey. I don't know why I named it that. I don't even know how to pronounce weird names that I created myself a long time ago. Takfee. Takfee. I'll save this as guess that's it for today. I'll see if my song, whatever, if it generated my song at all. By this weekend, I'll see if it's generated at all. Well, anyway, God bless you all. Like I say, even if you don't have any talent, skills, or abilities, and you want to help us, if you have a bank account, which I don't, feel free to start some kind of crowdfunding to help us out, like for managing our website. Yeah, costs of run domain name and the hosting fees and whatnot costs. We'll need some funding to help us out with all of that stuff for future game development and such. If you wanna help us, please please feel free to do whatever you can to help us out. We need voice actors, story writers, artists, musical people. We need every kind of help from anyone who could possibly be level designers, any kind of designer. If you want to help us out with our game project, please check our Facebook page, facebook.com/Project Tokala, I guess. Anyway, I shouldn't close this. Alright guys, God bless. Have a good rest of your day, week, and weekend. See you.